Hello again and welcome to MMOFTW. I'm Bill Murphy, your host on this little weekly recap through the ups and downs of the MMO world. It was a crazy, all over the place sort of week, so let's dive right in. OtherLand posted a new developer update revealing the 5-Isle zone. Age of Conan updated its community on the single server technology coming from the Secret World. The Repopulation released a massive development update. The Secret World launched its first of many monthly content updates, and the Old Republic announced plans to go free to play from 1 to 50 this fall. Yeah, you heard me right. This is MMOFTW.
There's a little tip that you can cool down your pasta. Whatever works.
Ooh, meatloaf.
First up is Otherland, which revealed another new zone for the upcoming free-to-play MMORPG based on the author Tad Williams' series of books. 5-Isle is, as the name implies, a zone comprised of floating chunks of land. Developer Real You and Tad Williams detailed the zone in their most recent video developer diary. Originally one giant island with 5 Chinese elements as its theme, that has since broken into 5 smaller islands representing each of the 5 elements: earth, air, water, fire, and metal. You can watch the full video over on OtherLand's YouTube channel, which is www.youtube.com/OtherlandMMO. Age of Conan released an update to their community for the month of July this past week, focusing on the game's transition to the same single server technology that recently released Secret World uses. Essentially, it's going to be a multi-step process over the next few weeks and months, but in the end, everyone that plays Age of Conan Unchained will be able to play together regardless of the chosen server, and that's just the way it should be. Head over to ageofconan.com for more details. Next up is a little indie gem MMO that is in development called the Repopulation. Repopulation dropped a massive game development update this past week. The team announced what they've been up to lately, and it amounts to mostly making combat more awesome. They announced the addition of a directional double tap to dive or dodge in the direction that you press, much like the Secret World or Guild Wars 2, as well as the separation of standing, kneeling, and prone stances from other combat abilities so they can be more reactive and strategic in their use. If that sounds like something you're interested in, and if you really want to know more about this sort of post-apocalyptic sandbox MMO, you can read up on the full batch of development changes over at therepopulation.com. Another funcom, you know, one of those. Another funcom news story this week is the Secret World, which launched its first monthly issue this past Tuesday. With 7 new investigation missions, the opening of the player-run marketplace, plus lots of fixes and enhancements, Funcom really is delivering new content quickly for its fans. Hopefully they can keep up the pace and give us as much or more to look forward to in August and September, and every month thereafter, as is their goal. Head over to thesecretworld.com for the full list of changes and additions. And now for the big doozy, the giant megaton bombshell that was dropped but probably expected this week, and something I think we probably all saw coming, even if we didn't expect it to be so soon. Star Wars: The Old Republic will be launching a free-to-play option, complete with all class storylines and levels 1 to 50, that's the entire bulk of the launch game, this fall. Taking on a business model similar to Lord of the Rings Online or DC Universe, there will still be an optional subscription that will open up the entire game like normal, while free players will wind up having to spend cash on cartel coins, which is a brand new form of currency which is purchased through real money transactions, and this will gain you access to new content or additional convenience and vanity items, as well as, say, maybe one week you wanted to do war zones that were restricted to you because you're a free player. You can use cartel coins to get access to those war zones. Meanwhile, subscribers will receive a slew of these cartel coins each month they subscribe, on top of having all content open up for them. So obviously the incentive is there to be a subscriber. You can read more about the transition from Mike Hickman and Studio GM Matt Bromberg over at MMORPG.com, as I got to sit down and chat with the gents about the whole thing. Needless to say, it's a pretty interesting read in what was one of the most high-profile launches and changes over the past year for the Star Wars: The Old Republic. Well, that'll do it for this week's edition of MMOFTW. I know it's a short one this week, but I'm heading away on vacation for the weekend. It's actually only Thursday, so if something drops Friday and I don't include it, you know why. You can hit me on Monday and tell me I should have stayed home and worked instead of going off and playing at Cedar Point. In the interest of keeping things around 5 minutes or so, we won't bog down our video editor's work PC for the entire weekend. We're going to skip the community spotlight. I do have one last little tiny bit of teasing for you though. Next week on August 10th, the fine folks at Trion Worlds will be revealing the first of 4 new souls live on our Twitch channel, MMORPG.com. That's the first of 4 new souls coming in the Storm Legion expansion pack later this year. Be sure to watch live at 2:30 p.m. Pacific, 5:30 p.m. Eastern on August 10th at twitch.tv/MMORPG.com. You really won't want to miss it, but just in case, we'll record the video and put it on the website for you too. Don't forget to follow us on all those fancy social networks. That's Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at MMORPG.com without the dot. Have a great week, guys. Enjoy your weekends since I'm taping this on Thursday. And as always, don't let a bad